strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 I got boss in my IV, just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me, my services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low, rappers turning into rats. Fly snitching on they self, DEA ransack.
What's good, y'all? You know what day this is. Fucking Football Friday. The boys are in the building. We're gonna rant a little bit before we get to popping off on our mock draft today. How's your day going?
It's pretty solid, man. Woke up, got some things done. Laid down and took a little nap. And then, probably finna go to the gym for the first time in about 3-4 weeks later. So, man, you know what I'm saying? Grind never stop. You know what I'm saying? Just because we injured out here doesn't mean the grind stops, okay? Ball is life.
Grind don't stop. Week's been good. We've been, great show last night on Player versus Team. Great conversation. I would like to make another announcement here. You motherfuckers are still watching us and using our content.
We might have a slight surprise for everybody.
Marcellus Wiley.
We'll go ahead and
who we got? The man,
the myth,
Mr. GQ.
Mr. GQ the GOAT is in the building.
What is the deal, my brothers?
What's poppin', man?
What's going on with my guy?
I'm on this nice little long road trip from work. I seen this fire ass doc y'all put together, and I was like, I need to go on and just start crashing some shows again. It is draft season, so it wouldn't be the same without having the trio doing what we do best when it comes to breaking this football stuff down.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right. So we like I said, we got another culprit stealing content, Marcellus Wiley. But you my guy, so I'm not really mad. It's good. But at least lets me know that either A, great minds think alike, and you have a collective mind, mega mind over here, or you love our content and you just want to use it.
It kind of tells me that, the people that we be having in the background that don't be commenting, when we have 3, 4, 5 people in here and only 2, 3 people be commenting, it tells me that the people that don't be commenting, I kind of already know who y'all are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all good. I like it, but the influence is growing, and I like it, and it feels good. Let's get on our little rants right now. First thing up, shout out to the Juice. OJ Simpson passed away. A lot of mixed feelings throughout, the country and through the sports world on how to exactly tackle football pun right there. This whole situation. Like I said last night, I am on the side of let's highlight the man that we all grew to love and know, which is the Juice, the football player, the actor, just the Hall of Fame guy. It's easy to talk bad about him. We did this with Kobe when Kobe passed. Everybody wanted to bring up his Colorado situation and not Kobe Bryant, the father, not Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, the superhuman that he was. And that's sad because that's not like we know these guys for being awesome at what they did. And then we choose to just tear that crap down because of an imperfection. But nobody's perfect. But I asked you guys, how do you feel about the passing of the Juice?
You want to go ahead and start us off?
GQ first. GQ.
All right, so
he's back on the scene.
All right, let me spin it like this. I like what Mel. I appreciate what you said at the very beginning, and we need to treat the Juice the same way that we treated someone like a Lawrence Taylor. Right. Let's not forget the greatness that was. Let's not. Yes, people like to look at the total character, however you want to play the game. But let's look at OJ Simpson for what he was, which was a running back at the time that was ahead of his time, a USC star. A dude was a monster with the Buffalo Bills. Like, the man lived up to his name, the Juice, for a reason. There's a reason why this man had the look of a Hollywood star. He just looked that way. From the light skin complexion to the jawline, athletic build on 10. Like, he looked like at the time, an unprototypical looking running back who was that athletic.
Right.
Most of your running backs at that time were a lot more bigger, more bulky, more like, I'm a bust through the hole, but they weren't a lot like the Juice. The Juice is a very rare breed of a type of a running back, especially given the time period that he came into the NFL. So we need to remember him for who he was. And he was a very talented man.
Yeah. Super talented. Like we talked about it, a little bit last night, not just with the football, but the commercials, the commentary, being the movie star that he was. Like
isotoner gloves.
He was a lot of things. And he was great at all of those things.
Everything. Multifaceted. One thing that I want to say about OJ is I understand the disconnect that he tends to cause, but as my brother so eloquently put, like, it's easy to sit up here and talk about the heinous things or the bad things that somebody did in their past or in their life, but it's hard to give them the props for why we actually remember them. I've been stagnant on this point forever. Like, yeah, somebody may have did some horrible things, but at the end of the day, bro, like, their kids are still here, their loved ones are still here, and everybody has social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saying a whole bunch of horrible shit about somebody's dad, about somebody's brother, about somebody's uncle. That may kind of sort of make you feel better, but the family and everybody who love this person, they still got to read that shit. So just be mindful, bro. Like, I get it, motherfuckers can still be upset about a situation that had shit to do with y'all fucking over 30 goddamn years ago, but sure, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, let's remember this man was acquitted for the fucking crime, for the crime that he so-called committed, right? He served his time for being sued after being committed, right? Like, he served his time to society, and he got out not being on some menace type shit, not being on some, oh, well, yeah, I did it, I'm flexing about it, and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's getting out, he's being remorseful, he's popping up on shows, he's writing books about his life, he's literally just living his life. And some people just find a way to tear that down and focus on the negative. And that's all I say. Just focus on what we actually know OJ for. A lot of y'all didn't even know who the fuck he was prior to that situation. So, like, understand that he is more than what you guys or what the news try to portray him as. Like, he is a black man, he's a father, he's an actor, he's an athlete, he's a legend. Like, this is things that should be remembered, other than that one heinous fucking day where he took the police on a goddamn slow chase. Like, that's what y'all remember him for. Y'all don't even remember him for the damn murder. Y'all remember him for him taking a fucking police on a fucking slow chase. So let's be real with ourselves. A lot of y'all don't even care about that shit. Y'all just want something to say.
Yeah, we have to remember there's always a percentage of people who, no matter what the situation is, they want to see the worst of something. Like, they just do. And it's just, unfortunately, the world that we live in, and social media does not make it any easier, because OJ went through a lot when he got out. I mean, let's remember, that incident in Vegas when he was trying to go get his own memorabilia back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this man was just trying to get his life back on track. And, and he, like I said, he lost his battle to cancer. We understand that. But, it's always, there are always going to be those individuals out there that just don't care about anything good you did. They believe that no human, you make one mistake and you're just not perfect anymore because they're so perfect.
Right. And that's, unfortunately, unfortunately, it happens more or less. This is why I got to keep, every time we have these shows on Friday, I always have to get to, this is why I need to get on Gentleman's Talk, because it's always black men. We never focus on the positive of black men. We always focus on the negative things about them. And it's a shitty way to, it's a shitty lens that they view black men through.
Yeah.
So we're gonna correct that. We're gonna correct that.
Right, for sure.
Speaking of a shitty lens to see black men through, Rasheed Rice is gonna be seen through some fucking glass.
Hope this dude sends some really shitty leans real soon.
Don't worry, y'all will see him again very soon on Dumbass Millionaires. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, we love to hear that. But
Yes. So, matter of fact, you wasn't here. We kind of touched on it last week, and then they issued warrants for his arrest the other day. So, GQ, tell where you going this? Where you at?
Listen, first of all, not just one. This man got 8 counts going on. Not just 1 or 2, 8 counts. This video, the videos that surfaced and everything that came out, it just looked worse because you were racing down. First of all, for those who've never been to Dallas, Texas, that ain't the place you want to be racing. Okay, the traffic is always there. The streets are never clear in Dallas. They never are. Don't give a fuck what time of day it is. I can tell you, I remember driving in the downtown Dallas at like 8:30 at night going to Chili's. What should have been a 15-minute drive took me 40 minutes because of traffic. So how the fuck did y'all find open road to race is beyond me. Because Dallas is too congested for that shit. So there's that part of it. The second part is, my guy, you don't want a whole Super Bowl ring as basically a rookie. Like you are in line. You were in line to be wide receiver 1 in Kansas City. You know, you're part of a team that is going to make deep playoff runs probably for the next, let's just say 5 to 8 years, maybe longer. But you're a part of something great, and you trying to find a way to fuck it up.
Yes.
Because you want to get out here and race cars and all this other shit. Then you want to cause an accident and do the worst thing you could possibly do, which is flee the scene, which is a felony all by itself, by the way. So
yes, it is.
So like I tried to look at it like, maybe he's young. I tried to give all the objective thought process into it, but I was like, you know what, fuck all that. Because what if in that instance, the vehicle you hit had children in it, little children, and those children got hurt, and your ass fled the scene. Now, not only did you flee the scene, you failed to render aid on a scene that you committed and caused. I can't feel for somebody that's out there driving reckless like that, because you could have done something considerably worse.
Yeah, and to piggyback on something that you said, I'm going to quote the great philosopher David Chappelle, and his story about Rick James. Should have never gave you niggas money.
Hey, repeat his name for me one more time.
The great philosopher, David Chappelle.
Rasheed Rice ain't even making that kind of bread yet. I think he was only making like $2 million.
But that's why he leased it. He didn't even buy it. It wasn't even his car.
That's even worse, because now that money you made this past NFL season for to go to that vehicle, you got to replace it.
Yeah, and it's a lease, so you still got to pay for that bitch.
Yeah, you paying full MSRP for that shit.
Stupid.
So, bye-bye to that signing bonus, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! That man said that bad Chappelle. I fucking love it. Okay.
And maybe I'm thinking because I'm getting older in this life, but I'm just like, listen, I can't be a millionaire athlete like that and just not have a fucking driver at this point. Like, I ain't trying to do nothing stupid. I done busted my ass to get this bag. Like, I ain't trying to fuck up nothing.
First of all, to get me out the house is gonna be a problem.
Now, I get out the house because I like to drink just like anybody else. Now, I don't get outlandishly drunk or nothing like that, but I'm going to have me a driver. And I'm going to have me probably at least one bodyguard. Even if I got to rent that motherfucker for the weekend, I'm at least going to have somebody look like Floyd Mayweather got a whole fucking offensive line worth of protection around him, and you can't even sniff him.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say something. Hopefully, you don't fight me over this, but I'm going to quote you about Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis didn't leave the house. He had a club. Basically a full club in the basement of his house.
I'm not mad at that.
And he literally, if you wanted, he brought everybody to his house, had a DJ, all that shit in his basement. It's like a small club, basically.
See, I would have to build an extension onto my house because we don't have basements down here in Texas.
That's what he did. So that's what I would do. Like, look, I go downstairs, chill with the music, go to the bar, do what I got to do. I don't need to leave the house like that. Because it's too much. It's too crazy. Like, it's too many things can go wrong, as we have seen with these athletes on multiple occasions. Look what happened to Kareem Hunt. Look what happened to Was it Nick Chubb that got pulled over?
Yeah, Nick Chubb's situation wasn't that bad, but it still wasn't. Yeah, but I get what you're saying though.
Let me go ahead and jump on here, fellas, real quick. First of all, as per my boy's statements, to the right of me or to the left, however you look at it, that is why they call him Mr. GQ. Okay, just throwing that out there. But per both these fellas' statements, right? More particularly male, right? But just a little mixture in between both these gentlemen's statements. If you're young out there listening, right? Just taking into consideration, you know, what these young athletes are doing nowadays. You know, John Morant's, you know, everybody in the clubs and stuff like that. It's the reason why I brought up Mr. G.
Don't forget Zion.
Because
Now,
you know, Zion, you know, just a lot of y'all young guys, right? I just out here in the streets, you know what I'm saying, doing some crazy things. But this is why I brought up my boy Mr. GQ and why I brought up my boy Mel and why their points actually can tie together, right? Because like my boy GQ eloquently said, I'm gonna pop out, you know what I'm saying? I got a driver, I got my bodyguard, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be getting too drunk, you know what I mean? I might just, you know, get a few drinks or whatever, and then I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go, right? At the same sentiment, sometimes, hey man, I really don't feel like going nowhere. I got the bar at the crib, you know, we can come down here, I throw some music on, play some cards, whatever the case may be, bust out cigars, whatever the case may be, we're gonna have a good time, right? This is how you be a celebrity, young fellas, okay? You don't go to the club and be partying all night. You pop up at the club, okay? You pop up at the club, not even an hour, okay? Couple 20, 15 minutes, get your little drink, show your face, and you out of there, okay? That is what you do. If you having a party, you have to get together at the crib. It's a private party. Everybody got to sign NDAs, no phones, nigga, and everybody gonna get out of here at a certain time. You feel me? This is how you live the celebrity life. You don't go out by yourself. You don't go out at a specific past a specific time. You always got your bodyguard with you, so you don't have to carry your gun, John Morant. You always got your driver. So
Mexico verse.
Thank you. Even if you do get a little bit too intoxicated, you don't have to drive home, and now you can safely get home, Henry Ruggs. You know what I'm saying? Like the young cat from Texas that just got fucking popped for DUI as well, just like last year when Jalen Carter got popped for DUI for driving. Like, come on, fellas, just like
Stetson Bennett, the multiple national championship winning quarterback, got pulled over for DWI as well. Let's not forget him. We're with the colonizer in this conversation.
Ain't he in like alcohol rehab right now?
You a grown ass man, big dog. You supposed to be setting an example for not only your son, but your freaking grandchildren. You got a whole nother son. Like, come on, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all got to start learning how to be celebrities. Y'all got to start learning how to carry yourself like celebrities. Pop out. Don't just stay there all goddamn night. Pop in, pop out. Get you a little drink, get you a little hors d'oeuvre, get you a little whatever the case may be. Get you a little number, bounce up out of there. Okay, get a driver, get a bodyguard. All right, don't carry so much amount of money on you. You feel me? Only go to certain events. You feel me? Like, I know celebrities who only go out.
Can I ask a question? Maybe I don't know. I don't carry cash on me.
I don't either.
I keep $100 in my wallet for emergency situations. But why do people carry cash?
I have no idea.
It's weird to me. Because if I lose my wallet, let's just say I do get robbed and you take my shit. It don't take me but 2 seconds to get on my phone and cancel all the cards.
I don't even carry a wallet. So.
But if you take cash, it's gone. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Literally, I don't carry. Everything is right here. Like, so I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no point. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, move like an adult, move like a grown up, move like a Mr. GQ, move like Mel. Like, y'all aren't supposed to be outside like that. Okay, y'all got too much to lose.
Mr. Brian Snow, we're gonna get to that. We said it first here as well, so we're gonna get to that in another. We got a couple more things I want to touch on real quick.
Let me add to what Mulik said, because he likes to eloquently point out, that I am, Mr. GQ. Let me tell you exactly what a GQ night out would look like. First of all, one of my GQ rules of thumb is when I go out, I carry 2 cards, my ID and whichever debit card I'm using for that particular night. That's all. My wallet don't even leave the car. It's locked up. It's locked. It ain't even with me because I don't want to lose my wallet. Because that's a fear of mine, is losing my fucking wallet. Secondly, if I'm going to do it like a celebrity and pop up for an hour, hey, look, I'm gonna send you. Y'all go out there, y'all go scout, go find us some talent. You know what I'm saying? We talked about being single, not married with kids. Talking about being single. Bring that talent with us. All right, hey, we're having a private party, man. Y'all more than welcome to pull up, come through. That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna sign these NDAs. We don't want none of that social media.
Exactly.
Miss me with that. I'll let you take pictures at the house, but you're not going live. You're not doing none of that, Joe. I'm not giving you the Wi-Fi passwords. So don't fucking ask for it. You know, type shit. And then everybody leave. Like, you know, we're gonna party, have a good time, but then we leaving. Like, we're not staying the night. We're not doing that unless you don't want to win for that night.
Right. So there's that. Let's touch on. See, me and Mulich got on destroying last week and how happy we were for the brother to get out there and start doing his damn thing. And then
tackle, man,
he went out there and broke his goddamn neck.
I seen the tackle and I was like, man, I think he fucked himself up.
I said the same thing.
Because like he was cool in the moment, but I was like, man, let's see what happened when that adrenaline wear off. Because he did one of them 2004 tackles.
Yep, that quite literally was exactly what he did.
Right. Like, listen here, you're a kicker. I don't want you making tackles no way.
Unless you Pat McAfee.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you Reggie Roby. Some of y'all don't remember who Reggie Roby is.
A lot of people don't know who that man is.
But unless you Reggie Roby and you 6'3", 250 pounds of a punter and ran a 4.4,
sit your ass down.
I want you hitting people. Everybody else sit the fuck down. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably not gonna try to run over Sebastian Janikowski either. You don't fuck with dudes with foreign ass names. You just don't fuck with them kind of people.
Yeah, and Sebastian Janikowski had a beer body.
Yeah.
Any kicker that got a beer gut, you just run away the opposite way.
Mel, you might know that. Who was the old kicker from the Packers that kicked barefooted? I'm not fucking with him either. Like, bro, you kicking a whole football barefooted? I'm not.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about.
Because
and he did it all the time. So
literally.
It didn't matter if it was cold in Green Bay or not. He was barefooted.
Yeah, like, if I see you kicking barefooted and you running at me to tackle, I'm gonna go ahead and just go down. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that L in that moment.
Yeah,
no.
I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with it. But
so
one thing I will say about Mr. Destroying, okay? First of all, keep your head up, good sir. Both figuratively.
That's fucked up.
Too soon.
That's way too soon. That's way too soon.
I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with a broken foot over here, man. He can take some goddamn broken neck jokes, okay? He'll be all right. All right? Football player to football player, keep your goddamn head up, both physically and mentally, okay? You will be all right. My boy Willie got a broken neck, same league, okay? Just 2 years ago. You will be all right, big dog. Now, head to the opposite side, all right? Rap and drive, big dog. Moose Tackling School is coming at you live 2026. I promise you, I'm going to be out here in the field, in these streets, teaching these young kids how to tackle because we don't need no more of this, all right? And we don't need no more of nobody complaining about, oh, well, we can't hit nobody. I'm going to show you how to properly hit stick somebody the right way, proper tackling. And y'all will then see that just because all these bitch ass, weak ass rule changes, that doesn't have to affect the way that you play the game of football, and you can still be physical and violent. And I'm here to teach you that. So be on the lookout for Moose Tackling School coming at you real soon, because I'm getting sick and tired of y'all going out there hurting yourself and hurting people because you don't know how to tackle.
Exactly. Okay. This is gonna be the part. This is gonna be the appetizer to the mock draft. So JJ McCarthy got everybody up in arms right now.
Yep.
Everybody. They mad. They big mad. They trying to figure out how is he. First, I don't understand the JJ slander. That's me personally. And it could be I'm a Michigan guy, so I don't like you talking shit about our quarterback, but it is what it is.
That's the slander. It's because he's a Michigan quarterback. That's the slander.
True. And so everybody's trying to figure out why GMs are talking about how could he be a top 5 or a top 10 or even a top 5 pick in this upcoming draft. And I'm going to give my analysis. We talked about this before about JJ, Jaden Daniels, even though I think Muller's kind of switched on Jaden Daniels. And Michael Penix. I think there's only 3 ready-made quarterbacks to go that can actually step in and be QB1 day one. JJ is one. I kind of flipped on Michael Penix now, kind of like way Moolers did with Jaden Daniels. I think Penix and Daniels and JJ can go and start on an NFL roster day one. But apparently these analysts and everybody else are mad at Mel Kiper and everybody else who thinks that JJ is going to end up going very high in his draft. So what do y'all say about that?
Okay. So I say it like this. Let the film speak for itself. Because the people that are giving slander to McCarthy are like, oh, he never had to carry a team or he never had to do this or do that. Let me tell you what J.J. McCarthy had to do. Convert on third down, which is one of the hardest things to do as a quarterback. And not only did he do it, he throws an accurate fucking ball. He throws a very accurate ball. He throws a very clean, pretty ball. I still think Michael Penix throws the best ball in this draft, point blank, period. Michael Penix is my QB1 for this whole draft. Like, that's my hot take. I said it and I mean it. Like, I understand what some of these teams are trying to do, but if I'm Minnesota, go get Michael Penix. I'm going to say it just like that. If he goes and he ends up with that team and that system, he will start off his rookie year and have a better rookie year than Caleb Williams. I'm telling you that right now. I guarantee that.
That's bold. That's a bold one right there.
Let me tell you
that's crazy.
Listen, watch the film. How many times, at the times you and all three of us have been on this panel, y'all have heard me say, watch the film. This man throwing the ball to that back pylon in the end zone is sensational. This man does not overthrow receivers. He throws receivers open. He throws to a spot. He is a spot thrower. Just like Tom Brady, he throws to a spot, and your ass better be there. And Roma Duze was always there. I love the way this kid throws the ball. This man is being hampered because he was injured. If this man didn't have the injury history he did, he would be the number one quarterback in this draft class. I guarantee that much.
You said that last week?
I think he's the smartest quarterback in this draft. I think he's the fastest processing quarterback because I think him and Jaden Daniels are like 1A, 1B when it comes to processing and getting the ball out. I think those two are the fastest when it comes to that in this upcoming draft. But I like J.J. McCarthy, but I'll tell you why everybody pissed off about it, because they're mad about what's going on because it's affecting Drake May. Everybody in their mom wants Drake May to be something that he may truly not be.
Thank you.
I have a feeling about North Carolina quarterbacks, and
no.
Mitch Trubisky. I'm going to say it like that.
Mitch, look, North Carolina quarterbacks, I treat them like Ohio State quarterbacks. Until somebody breaks the mold, all y'all are ass. That's just the way that works.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. The one thing Drake May has going for him is his coach. The fact that he did come from a Mac Brown thing, that helps. Because Mac Brown is Mac Brown. And Mac Brown has had quarterbacks make it to the NFL. Granted, they weren't all great because they were mostly undersized minus Vince Young. But Vince Young had a terrible work ethic. That's his own fault. But I don't know. I'm not high on Drake May. I never have been. Maybe it's because I don't like North Carolina quarterback. He has the build, but you know who else had the build in the draft?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, and look, they went to the same college. What do you know? They all had the build, but But had Josh Allen never gotten Brian Daboll, would we be talking about Josh Allen the way we talk about him now? No.
Honestly, if Brian Daboll doesn't come, if Stephon Diggs and Brian Daboll don't do what they do, Josh Allen is probably out of the league right now.
He's most likely a backup, like a shorter, faster Brock Osweiler.
Unless he would have somehow, some way ended up in San Francisco or with the Rams before Stafford got there. That'd have been his saving grace had the whole Daboll and Diggs thing not happened. But let's keep it where we at. Right. But that's just my take. I'm a big Penix guy, and the film don't lie. And the way he throws and everything he does is extremely impressive to me. The way I looked at Penix, the way I looked at I forget CJ Stroud last year. Like, the film just don't lie. Like, you can't make this stuff up because it's there.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably the route I'm going with JJ. And GQ said it perfectly, right? The reason why JJ is not, I wouldn't even say pissing a lot of people off. This nigga got motherfuckers shaking in their goddamn boots, as they should be, okay? because they watched the film and they've understood that, first of all, he takes direction very, 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 very well. Stays poised in the pocket. His pocket presence is amazing. Knows how to extend the play without having to try to take off early or try to dump the ball too early. Like, reads and processes his defense and goes through his progressions. Absolutely amazing. He's going to take what the defense gives him, throws a nice tight ball, whether it's a long ball, intermediate ball, or short ball. Like, he's the reason why he's moving up is because, like GQ said, a lot of people were thinking that Drake May was going to be one of the best quarterback prospects in the league, and nobody was talking about JJ. Everybody was talking about everything else about that Michigan team except JJ. The running back. Oh, they were great defense. Oh, their DBs. Oh, their line, and nobody was talking about JJ until you watch the film or until you get him in these private workouts and you start to see like, holy shit, this kid can fucking play. Yeah, I would assume so. He played for Harbaugh. Harbaugh don't play no fucking suckers. Like, let's be real here. You feel me? He was a multi-year starter for Harbaugh.
Especially with quarterbacks.
Exactly. We know this. We know this to be true. He was a multi-year starter for Harbaugh. And he came back specifically because Harbaugh asked him to come back so they can win a fucking championship. Like,
right. And the crazy thing about it is they don't know what to argue about Michigan. Because if you look at how they talk about Blake Corum, they say he's an average running back. When you when you listen to them talk about JJ, he's not a good quarterback. But it's weird. So then how did they do all the things that they did if everybody is average or below average? Doesn't make any sense.
Even that much credit to Jim Harbaugh?
Michigan was the most experienced team last year because their main guys all came back because they felt like that year prior they should have won the Natty, but they didn't. They all came back to win the Natty. And that's
literally
from the O-lineman to the running back to the quarterback to the tight end. They all did it. And that's why Michigan's going to have like 12 fucking players drafted in this draft.
Quite literally.
Because this is no different than how Iowa cranks out fucking tight ends. Like Michigan is about to be cranking out some shit, and they're all going to be contributors to whatever teams they go to. Because I'm telling you right now, Blake Corum, he might fall to the second, maybe the third, but he's going to be a fucking steal with the right team.
Which is crazy that if he drops that far.
He's probably most likely going to, but the cool part about it is I see him being a more consistent, just a better version of James Conner. Like what James Conner was, what everybody thought James Conner was supposed to be. That's actually what Blake Corum actually is, and he's just a way better version.
I like James Conner's game though. Like
I do too.
Despite the health and everything else, I like James Conner's game. I'm a fan.
And the thing about put like this: if Blake Corum goes past the second round, his ass will be on the Chargers.
I think if he goes past, I think he could be drafted I think he should be drafted by Harbaugh because you don't have Austin Eckler no more. I damn sure don't trust fucking I forgot the backup running back's name because he wasn't good. They couldn't run the ball for shit last year.
CJ Spiller.
None of those running backs were worth the shit last year. So bringing in a fresh,
I think it was CJ Spiller,
probably their best bet.
Yeah, and my thing about JJ is crazy because wasn't he like a top 3 prospect coming out of high school?
Yes,
he sure was. But we don't want to. But they don't want to talk about that.
Like,
I mean, this is the guy who threw for damn near 3,000 yards and only 4 interceptions.
Like, why are we hating on a quarterback that won? Like, I understood why there was slander going towards Stetson Bennett. I got it. That was a different type of conversation. But McCarthy didn't lose Michigan any games. Like, the one game that they lost wasn't McCarthy's fault.
No.
Like, if you look at the last 2 years, McCarthy probably had 2 bad games. And it's also, but then you also look at Harbaugh's teams, right? They're all built the same. Even that 49ers team with Kaepernick, they ran the fuck out the football. They ran it a lot.
And that's the thing that's what they're trying to hold against him is that, they are run-based offense. So what? Like,
yeah, but their quarterbacks take care of the ball.
Exactly. Like, he still has to make the throws when the throws need to be made.
Exactly. And when he does, they're great. That's why had a better coach. He ought the best he had.
Hold up. You freezing. Hold on.
Did I freeze?
There you go.
Oh, did I get my GED? Okay, good.
You back.
All right, cool. So yeah, but I mean, I still like I said, I'm not gonna be surprised if McCarthy goes in the top four, top five. No one should be shocked by that. Like, I don't want New England to draft Drake May. Like, if we don't go get Jake, get fucking
That was me. My bad.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want Drake May as my franchise quarterback. I just don't.
No, I don't think he.
I'm not a fan of Drake May like that, and I don't want him in New England.
That is completely valid. I'm not even gonna lie to you to say yes. That is completely valid.
Okay, so let's keep this. Let's lean into this.
I don't think he's not there. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's lean into this mock draft real quick. Let's start off with the first pick. We're gonna start off with Chicago. We're gonna if you think they're gonna draft. If you think they're gonna trade out for who? For what team, I mean, and then what pick that team would make. So, GQ dropped out, got his GED. So we'll start with Chicago with number 1 overall.
I know everybody's trying to make it seem like it's obvious that they're going to take Caleb Williams, but what if they fuck around and take an O lineman? I think they're going to draft an O lineman. That boy Joe Alt's first one.
Yeah, because we talked about somebody's going to do something real goofy at the top of this draft, and it's going to be the Bears. So I wouldn't doubt that, and I wouldn't even be mad at them if they took an offensive lineman with the number 1 pick.
I was surprised because I read some of the articles that they had turned down a trade with the Commanders for like 3 number 1s. And I was like, well, shit.
That's true.
But
because that was my thing.
I think they'll still draft Caleb Williams just because they kind of have to at this point. As weird as that sounds, like they kind of have to at this point, unless they're gonna flip the script and something comes up in Caleb's medical and they end up taking Jaden Daniels instead. But it sounds like they're gonna draft Caleb Williams, which is fine with me because I really want Jaden Daniels to fall to New England. However that happens, I don't really care how. I just want it to happen. I hope Washington says, fuck it, we want Drake May. Just so Jaden Daniels falls to New England. Like, I'm literally hoping that that's what happens.
I don't know what's happening in the chat right now.
Neither do I. This is crazy. Hold on.
Is the chat getting ignorant or what?
What's going on here?
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
But,
I was thinking that Chicago would trade down 1 with Washington so that they would swap picks and maybe a couple other picks. So Washington would take Caleb and the Bears could drop back and take either Marvin Harrison Jr. or someone else, and they would get a quarterback with the number 9 pick. That's how I was thinking in my mind. But
they don't need Marvin Harrison Jr. because of the Keenan Allen DJ Moore thing. Like,
oh no, you can have an embarrassment of riches.
No, I'm not saying you can't. But Bears that would be a waste. That would be to talent because they damn sure not finna win. You shouldn't say that shit. Hell no.
Because Keenan Allen is older, not old, but just older. And he's going to get expensive in another year.
True.
So I would say, like I said, I'm just looking at it as they've gone too long with a very pedestrian offense, and to help that offense out and make it more explosive, especially if you're going to draft someone like Caleb, put weapons on the outside, put as many weapons on the perimeter as you possibly can.
Oh man, I'm just getting kicked out the chat now.
We got you back in here. I think GQ, I'm looking on the Facebook comments. I'm pretty sure that's your wife commenting. I'm assuming it's some insiders. An inside joke because she said your service is dookie.
Oh. Yeah, that's an inside joke.
She also said, well, I don't want to say this one, but well, you can, it's in the chat whenever you get the chance, but yeah.
Okay.
She real talkative.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I saw it and I was just like,
yeah, no, I was like, oh, wait, let me go see who it is. Oh, okay. I think I got it.
So, at number 2, we got Washington. I'll take this one since I'm the resident Washington Commander fan. If we don't move up to get Caleb, which I know that's what they want to do, I don't want them to do that. If they stay put and Chicago takes Caleb, Jaden Daniels is going to Washington. And I'm okay with that. One of the quarterbacks, either Jaden Daniels or Michael Penix. If they draft Drake May, I am burning everything that I own of Washington. Everything. And I'm going to do it live on the show.
Oh my gosh.
So that comment that you were referring to, so yeah, that's funny as hell.
I figured it was something.
It's not. It's a bet that I have to pay for take. I took last place in one of my fantasy leagues, and that's what that's referring to.
Oh no.
So that's what that is. That's what that is. Yes, I have to. So I have to take a blow up doll on a date. That's how that goes.
Oh, that.
And I have a shirt with a unicorn, and it says like I think it says something along the lines of like I'm really bad at fantasy football or something like, I don't know. It was funny as fuck. I bought it on Amazon because I had never taken last in a league before, so it was fun. I was like, oh, I might as well just go all out. Fuck it. But it's my veterans league with all my military cats, so this one is personal.
Okay, well,
hey, I love them. I love how she told me too.
We're gonna need photos on Gentleman's Talk of this night out.
So she'll probably she's probably gonna make an appearance on Gentleman's Talk. She'll probably be sitting on my lap one of these episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Hey man, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you take part in a bet in a fantasy league, you got to live up to it, man. You can't.
Yeah, you got to
talk your shit. You can't talk your shit and then like not do it. So
no, I'm with you.
But listen, I won the league that matters most, which is the From the Sidelines Dynasty League.
You have to say that. You didn't. So, that was unsolicited. Like you didn't have to say that.
I mean, this is facts. He did win. He got his rights to brag.
No, you don't.
I do because I'm the head of the table. I'm the defending champ. The island of relevancy runs through me for the next year.
He ain't lying. That's true. That's true. It's all good. It's all
That's
good.
because every fucking week somebody on my roster was getting hurt.
Don't worry about it, y'all. From the Sidelines rookie dynasty draft is coming soon. It'll probably be the week after the NFL draft. So y'all be prepared for that live stream. It'll be epic, just like last year's draft was, but it'll be a lot shorter because it's only gonna be like 4 or 5 rounds because it's all rookies only.
Yep. All right. So Mullis, what you got with Washington?
Washington, I actually got them probably if the Bears end up taking Caleb, which the more hate Caleb gets, it's like fuel for me to love him more. So the more people in the world, the more the world hates on him, the more I love him. So keep going.
He might like that.
That's fine. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's fine. That. Look, I'm like Shannon Sharp. That ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. So I feel like if that happens, I do think that Washington is going to take Jaden. I do think that they like what they see on film, and they're looking at Sam Howell and what Sam Howell was able to do last year with that offensive line. They probably thinking that Jaden can do some good things, but at the same time, I do feel like that they might be the ones to shake up the draft and actually take a lineman because of how Sam Howell in that season went for the Redskins last year. Just how under duress he was. They might fuck around and take.
No, they need a quarterback. So
that's true. It's true. But with the talk around this draft, a lot of these quarterbacks may be fluctuating. So with that, being said, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these quarterbacks that think they're going top 5, top 10 start to fall because a lot of these guys start to realize, like, hey, sure, we can take a quarterback, but we need somebody to protect him, and that motherfucker might not be here next round.
Yeah, but Washington's in a weird ass place because they like Chicago. They got rid of all their quarterbacks. Like, there is nobody there.
Yep.
The problem, but y'all need an iron too. So what you gonna do?
So unless they plan on calling Cam Newton, that motherfucker's the quarterback.
Somebody better call Cam at this point.
Nah, they're not gonna call Cam. They don't like Cam on his podcast. Like, just like the NBA don't like Draymond on his podcast.
And they know they want a whole team free of motherfucking hats without the top in them, man. I need at least 3 myself. So you feel me? Like, yeah, why they hating? He gonna bless the whole team with the top hats with no top. You feel me? Y'all gonna be stunting on game day. You know what I mean? Like, what's the problem?
Hey man, look, you seen the video when they tried to jump him, man. He's still hard to tackle.
You feel me?
They're okay with it. I still don't understand how Atlanta did not get put to call him, but that's just me.
I'm just saying. I called that nigga as soon as the fight was over. Like, hey, Cam, you trying to?
So, GQ, this is gonna be 2 parts for you. What you got for Washington, and then you got the Patriots pick right after.
All right, so I'm going with the sentiment that Mulik said is I think Washington is going to be that team that shakes up the draft. And it's nothing outlandish. I just think they're doing their due diligence, as like every GM is fucking saying right now. Look, just stop saying that shit. We know what the fuck y'all doing. You ain't got to tell us. We know y'all watching the film. They're going to be the ones that draft the quarterback we didn't expect them to draft because everybody expects them to draft Jaden Daniels. So they're going to fuck around, and they're going to take J.J. McCarthy.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Long as it's not Drake May, I'm not mad at it.
Look, I'm trying to speak this into existence, all right? That's why I'm saying it like this. Now, let's follow up with my squad, with the Patriots, who need to – we need a prayer. We need a prayer. And my prayers can be answered very simply. Just give me Michael Penix. Or give me Jaden Daniels. Give me either of those two, and my prayers will be answered. They will. Because we don't have an embarrassment of riches as far as weapons, all that stuff, but those 2 quarterbacks are force multipliers who will make the talent around them better while we continue to fill that with more. Everybody out there who's trying to say the Patriots are going to trade out, shut the fuck up. Bill Belichick's not there no more. We don't draft up here, okay? We're not used to this. This is where the common folk draft. We ain't from this shit. So we got to take advantage of it while we're here so we can get back to being relevant again. Because right now, we're hurting. So we're not trading out the fucking 3rd pick. I said what I said.
Mo?
I actually have the Patriots. I actually have the Patriots taking JJ. I'm not even going to lie to you. Just the way that offense kind of set up. The way I think we can help that offense with his type of quarterback play. He's not panicky and sporadic like Mac Jones was. And he knows, I feel like he can pick up the offense a little faster and probably process a little faster than Bailey Zappi did. I think that helped him a lot, especially with the run game that they try to establish. We already know that the Patriots are going to try to establish the run. But I think that if they compare JJ with another young receiver, I think this is probably a match made in heaven. I'm not even going to lie to you. Just doing my research and doing my studies, that's kind of where I see him falling with how much that he's growing up through this draft. I think that's probably the cap for him. Is probably maybe Washington, but I can definitely see the Patriots.
I'll give you something off the wall, just so y'all are preparing for this. Don't be surprised if New England ends up in the J.K. Dobbins sweepstakes.
Ooh, that's a good point.
That's where. See, this is why I miss GQ being on the show, because me and him would be on the same page. I was going to go that the Patriots would draft a running back here. Yes. And either Jonathan Brooks or Jalen Wright.
I like Brooks a lot, but I don't want him in the first round if I can help it. I want to get this quarterback, and if Brooks is there in the second round, I would 100% trade up for him.
Because I think the Patriots' mindset is the quarterback that they want, they can get in the second round.
Yeah, and we still have Jacoby Brissett, who's capable of winning games as a bridge quarterback, kind of playing that Geno Smith role. So I hear what you're saying.
And I think this is going to be a new team with
Mel going in and out of mute.
My bad.
Okay.
It's going to be a new look team with Gerard. Is it Gerard Mayo? That's the head coach?
Yes, Gerard Mayo is the head coach.
Yeah. So it's going to look a little different than what we're used to looking at as far as the Patriots go. And I think they're going to lean on the running game and defense for right now until they can really build that offense out to start, being dynamic on the perimeters, because they still have Tyquan Thornton and a couple other guys that I like on the perimeter.
Yeah, they have a lot of 2s and 3s. We don't have a 1.
Right. And if it's, who knows? Get lucky, because I don't know how the receiver draft is deep.
Yeah, the receiver
draft is listen, the receiver draft is beautiful.
So you don't have to worry about burning out a high pick on one of these. Of course, Harrison, Neighbors, and maybe one or two other guys may go in the first round.
Junior.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let y'all forget Roma Dunze.
Brian
Thomas. That's what I said. And a couple other guys may go in the first round, but you're still gonna have a lot of guys going in the second and third round.
Mm-hmm. Second, third round. Be a lot. It's gonna be where it's gonna be.
Keep an eye. I'm gonna tell you right now. Keep an eye on New England in the third round. Don't be surprised if we trade into the third round to add more picks. Like we might draft a couple times in the third round, because that's where we tend to find some of our hidden gem talent.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Let's go. Next team on the board. Moolers, you started off. Minnesota Vikings.
I feel like they have to damn near take a quarterback here.
I thought Arizona was number 4.
Oh wait, no, Arizona's next. Yeah, Arizona's next.
That's right.
Minnesota's number 11. Minnesota's number 11 right now. They haven't traded up yet.
Oh, my bad. This is the thing I pulled up. They gave me some goofiness, a trade that the Cardinals wouldn't make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Cardinals next. I've seen a lot of people saying that they're basically set on Marvin Harrison Jr., but I don't think that he's going to be the first receiver off the board. I really think that there's a high chance that Rome Odunze is the first receiver off the board this year. And I think that the Cardinals are going to take him.
That's different.
Either Odunze or Malik Neighbors, but I don't see Marvin Harrison coming off the board first. I think his combine pre-workouts, pro days, I think all that stuff has to plays a part in it. I'm not saying that he wasn't, willfully submitting that information privately via workouts and whatnot, but I know not competing in the pro day, not competing in the combine, and then withholding your medical records from a lot of these teams, it's not necessarily a good look. So I think that might play a really, really big effect in it. And Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze have been their stock has been growing heavily. So I just wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals take one of those guys instead of Marvin Harrison.
Well, that won't be a bad thing for him, because the Cardinals they need everything. So whatever they pick, they're one of the few teams. It don't matter what they pick; it's the right pick. Like if they pick the left guard, I really would. I'm like, nah, you need that.
That's perfect for y'all. Yep, you need it.
Yeah, like they need everything, so it's cool for me. What do you say, GQ?
Trade the damn pick. Do not
just get more picks.
Do not waste Marvin Harrison Jr.'s prime early years with a trash ass organization. Trade the damn Trade down.
That's why we miss Cheeky.
You don't think that getting Marvin Harrison Jr. and building out, you could kind of replicate and maybe finish it off the way Larry Fitzgerald did?
No, I think you can. The way I feel differently about Marvin Harrison Jr. than Mulich does. Mulich is talking about, of course, the workouts and all this other stuff. I agree with what Marvin Harrison Jr. said in the first place. What did my film show you?
No, I definitely agree with that.
Like, I'm not – Marvin Harrison Jr. is a generational talent. Now, if the Cardinals take him, I'm not going to be mad. But if a team offers me an embarrassment of riches, as it's called, like if you offer me multiple first and second round picks as a team that is literally not even in the middle of the pack, you're at the bottom part of the pack that needs to rebuild, I would do it. You gotta be thinking about 5 years from now. You can't think about this upcoming season because you're not going to be fucking relevant. You're not. You're really not. Your most expensive player is your quarterback, and your quarterback just got back from a significant injury. So, yes, it's nice to have shiny toys when you're actually competitive. You're not competitive.
Who is the Cardinals quarterback?
Kyler Murray.
He's still there? I don't know why. I thought his ass was gone.
No, he got that 5-year deal. He got that big contract.
Got that big ass contract.
And you know what he did? He bought a 100-inch screen TV so he could play his PS5 on it and get his Call of Duty.
He didn't play that new Call of Duty that came out.
I'm trying to tell you. I like Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray a lot. I'm a fan of him as a quarterback. The Cardinals need, just like Mel said, no pick is the wrong pick, but multiple picks is the right answer because that's what they need. They need that. They can cut that 5-year rebuild down into a 2-year rebuild if they acquire more picks.
I think what happens with them is you don't need an A+. You need a bunch of B minuses.
That's a great point.
That's a great point. What's crazy? I would listen to offers from the Raiders, and the reason being because the Raiders aren't going to be very good. They're going to be competitive, but they're gonna. If I can get the Raiders next year first round pick, it's still going to be a top 20 pick. It just is. The Raiders aren't ready to make that next step yet. So I would look at a team like I'm not trading with Minnesota. Minnesota's going to be drafting towards the bottom. Minnesota's going to be a very good team next year once they get the quarterback part sorted out. So I'm looking at a team, maybe even the Giants. I'd consider with the Giants are going to be trash for the next ever because the Giants are just trash anyway. So I'd even consider trading with them. But I would look at a team that I know is going to have a high first-round pick next season. That's who I'm looking to deal with.
That's very good point.
I would definitely do that. We'll go with number 5. We'll go with the Chargers. If what happens in Arizona is what Mulich says, and they don't take Marvin Harrison Jr.,
absolutely,
he's going to Chargers.
Most definitely.
Jim Harbaugh loves Marvin Harrison Jr. and he would. And as much as I would love for them to take Brock Bowers, if Marvin Harrison falls to me at 5, I'm running to the podium. I'm the coach. I'm announcing the pick. Hey, with the 5th overall pick, we're taking Marvin Harrison Jr. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the commissioner. I'm announcing that goddamn pick.
Right. That's a no-brainer.
Just grab Marvin Harrison out the crowd. Hey, bro, come on up on stage with me real quick. I'm about to announce this pick. Like, fuck the bullshit.
Yeah. Just put the hat in the air. Just put the hat in the air.
Marvin, put this hat on real quick.
Come here. Yes, you. Right there, nigga. Come here. Yes. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, come on.
Because Marvin Harrison and Justin Herbert, fucking stupid.
It would be. But I do think now, if the draft goes as the mock drafts have them going, and if Marvin Harrison does leave at 4, I still consider looking at Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze as that 5th pick for them. They need a dynamic number 1 receiver because Quentin Johnston ain't in.
No.
Oh, he's showing.
Quentin Johnston is not even a number 2. He's a number 3. Let's be real. He was a really good receiver in college, but he was never a number 1. He should not have been drafted as a number 1. He is a number 3. Like
he was supposed to fit with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
Yeah, he's not even on the level of a Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison could be a number 1 on the right team. Hell, he kind of showed you he could have been a number 1 when Justin Jefferson was out.
Addison's a 1.
Look, Addison showed you his value because look how Caleb Williams played without having Jordan Addison his last season. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right, like he's a 1 if you asking me. Like I thought he was that when he was in the draft last year. I was like, That's the dude I want right there.
I was shocked that he fell to Minnesota when Minnesota has a 1, and now you've got 2 1s. You basically have a Tampa Bay situation between having Mike Evans and I forget
Chris
Godwin.
Godwin.
That's 2 number 1s on the same roster. That's what that is.
Right.
You know, it's like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That's a good problem to have, is having 2 number 1s.
Yep. What you say, Mulich?
I mean, honestly, I share the same sentiments. Y'all know I'm always a big Jordan Addison fan, especially him coming out of USC. So, big USC guy. I'm always gonna support my guys from USC. I definitely think that his contribution to that team was definitely. But with Los Angeles, there's really only like y'all said, like, hey, I'm putting the hat in the air, bro. Like, you know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Because I think they go receiver regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do disagree. I don't think they go receiver if the draft goes as normal. I think they may consider offensive linemen. They 100% might, because that O-line was shaky last year, and that was the reason why they couldn't run the ball as effectively last year too. So they could definitely go. They could go left tackle or guard. They absolutely could do that.
I think they'll go offensive line in the later round, and like in the second, maybe third round.
Oh no, because they did.
But you're talking not getting a 10-year starter. You not?
Yeah, they did take Slater in the first round a few years ago. So I really wouldn't be surprised on that one. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But me personally, I'm putting the Chargers hat in the air, and I'm gonna look dead at this nigga Marvin Harrison Jr. in his soul. Like, yep, don't act like you don't know who the fuck I'm looking at. Bring your stupid ass over on the stage.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Right now.
Yep. Right now. Put this hat on, nigga. Stop playing with me.
Okay.
Where your daddy at? He want a hat too? Nigga, I'll get him a hat too. Stop playing.
Nah, he ain't gonna wear that.
With the number 6 pick, we got Troy's Little Giant.
Receiver. Say it with me, fellas. Receiver.
So I think this is where Doomsday ends up going.
Yeah.
I don't care who they pick. Take a receiver.
They're not ready made for a quarterback yet. And Daniel Jones is still a very expensive piece of your roster right now.
You just paid this nigga $140. We basically give up on it.
They're now paying the repercussions of not paying Saquon Barkley, because now you got to see this motherfucker twice a year.
And he did that on purpose, mind you.
And I hope he run for 125. I hope he average 125 yards a game against y'all for the rest of his career. Like, I hope he just run y'all into the fucking wall. But anyway, I digress.
No, that defense is legit right now.
They are, but the Giants don't. The Giants, they need a quarterback, but they can draft a quarterback in the later rounds. They need offensive production because they don't have any. Because Jalen Hyatt is a good receiver, but he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. And he's going to be. Listen, the film don't lie. Jalen Hyatt gonna be ready. He just ain't got the quarterback throw the ball to him right now.
I would say this: if I'm the Giants with fucking Hyatt on one side, I get homie from Texas. I'll have a track meet. I have a whole track team out here.
So Mel, I do you one better. I would trade, and this is wild. Now, I could be just being outlandish, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I would trade that pick with Cincinnati and go get T. Higgins. Bring a veteran number 1 receiver in.
Woo!
Yes, that means I'm giving Cincinnati a very high draft pick, but at the same time, T. Higgins is disgruntled and he wants out. I'm trying to re-sign Tyler Boyd because Tyler Boyd is also a number 1.
Would you do this?
Get drafted by the Bengals, though.
Would you do this? That's why I like having GQ on the show again.
Because I got a question.
If the Giants, hold on, we might be on the same page. If the Giants trade that pick to Cincinnati for Tyler Boyd, for T. Higgins, if you're the Bengals, do you throw that pick at the Vikings for Justin Jefferson?
Come on.
I'll throw that pick and my next 2 first-round picks at that. Because now I'm definitely – and look, I would do that in a heartbeat. And then I'm still going to re-sign Tyler Boyd just to have a third receiver.
This is why
I would absolutely consider that. If the Vikings would even so much as listen to that, fucking A right, I would do it. If I can bring Joe Burrow, his 2 number 1 receivers from college on the same NFL team, now I don't think the Bengals have the money to pay all them people.
I don't think. See, I think that's where I think this is why having all of them on the same team benefits you financially, because I think they'll all take reasonable salaries to play together.
If I'm Joe Burrow, I'm like, listen, I'm not telling you I'm gonna take a Tom Brady deal, but I cut my salary down a little bit. If you can stretch that bitch out over a couple more years, we can have a conversation.
If we all take long deals instead of short deals, make it work.
Go the Patrick Mahomes route, and I'll restructure that bitch every year.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, that was my sentiment exactly, Neil. Okay.
Listen, if that deal
I
happens,
know that's where you was going. That's why I was like, let me.
Hey, listen.
Yep.
That's why we do this. That's why we do this
Well,
football.
that bitch right in front of them niggas, like, I know y'all want this, bro. What's popping?
Hey, so you want it? You want it? You want it? All right.
Yeah. Because it only makes sense. It only makes sense because the Vikings, like you said, Jordan Addison is a one. So you still have another. You still have a number one wide receiver.
And now
he's on his rookie deal,
right? I can take my quarterback at 4, keep my pick at 11. I still might be able to snatch up a Rome Odunze at 11. There's a good chance he might fall that low. There's a chance. So I can rebuild my entire team with one move, and I can save a bunch of cap money. Because you already let Alexander Madison go, so you already cut that contract out the mix. Jordan Addison's on a rookie deal. You got Ty Chandler, who's a good, he's a good running back. He's good. You can draft a complimentary back to help him do his thing. So that team would be ready-made, and I still like the idea of Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator. So go get him another pass rusher in the later parts of that draft. And the cornerback draft is very underrated this year too. We're not talking about that like we should be. It's a very deep cornerback draft this year too, and it's going to be some boys out there changing games out there once this draft is completed.
This is true. Really deep DB class right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's so deep. We got a white cornerback.
Yeah, hey, and that boy cold.
He might be the first one off the board.
Let me see him. Let me see, because we all know how them Iowa corners get. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen.
Let me see my boy with the cutoff in the jet. I'm trying to tell you, I'll be a fan tomorrow.
Don't be surprised if he end up in somewhere like Kansas City. He gonna end up with a contender because he gonna get drafted at the bottom of the first round. He gonna get drafted by a contender. He could go to Kansas City, go to Buffalo. Don't let him fuck around and fall to Philly. Philly will fuck around and take him, even though they just brought C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. But I'll bring in another dynamic-ass corner like that, a young guy to get trained up by a guy like C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That's huge.
Do not move him to safety.
I hope not.
Leave that boy at corner. Let him work.
That and listen, do not. General managers, listen to me. Do not let that motherfucker fall to Cleveland.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, if he goes to Cleveland, so
do not let that Cleveland already got a stout secondary. Don't let him fall to Cleveland. Yeah. Cleveland will have Cleveland. Don't let him fall to Cleveland. I'm gonna say it like, don't let him fall to Cleveland.
Look, he might, as doofy as this might sound, he end up in Pittsburgh. It's gonna get ugly real fast.
And you know what? And look. And Dallas could fuck around and loop all of us and grab him too.
Jerry Jones ain't gonna do that.
Hey, look, Jerry Jones. We say Jerry Jones won't do a lot of shit. He had a quiet ass offseason.
On an athletic 6'1" white cornerback named Dejon.
First of all, he probably don't know he white. He looking at it. He looking at the name. He like,
yep.
Oh, we want him.
But he at Iowa. He already knew he He like, but bring my guy up in here, man.
All like jokes and everything else aside, I think his most ideal fit is actually with the Atlanta Falcons. I really do. I think that's his most ideal fit because Atlanta's like a mid-pack defense that needs a couple of game breakers. And that's exactly what he is.
Legit. I mean, he would fit, definitely.
No, I don't. Their defense is still susceptible. Like, they still give up a lot of big plays over the top. Like, they still do. But you bring in a game breaker like this who can take the ball away now.
I mean, Jesse Bates would have something to say differently about.
Yes, no, 100%. And I love Jesse Bates. They made great moves this offseason. They really have. And listen, I just want that offense to take off. I need the Kyle Pitts slander to stop. I need Kyle Pitts to flourish. And I need Drake London to get back to what he's supposed to be. Because Drake London got put underneath he back under the radar again because people forgot who the fuck this guy was in college.
Well, they fumbled Arthur Smith was just a horrible coach.
That is the biggest factor.
Look, he is not doing his daddy any favors. His daddy running FedEx, and he was over here running his motherfucking organization into the ground.
Yeah, like he
without,
was just
without running the ball.
Horrible. You can't have that many weapons on your offense and your offense be that bad.
You had the youngest, most explosive offense, and you was throwing the ball to Jonnu Smith.
Thank you. Look, thank you.
And I love Jonnu Smith. Listen, I love Jonnu Smith, but bro,
definitely, but absolutely fuck not.
Right.
And Kirk gonna fix it. Don't worry, Kirk gonna fix it. Kirk is a 5,000-yard passing quarterback. Kirk gonna fix it.
Where we at?
We're at 7.
The Tennessee, I don't know what the F they doing Titans.
Oh, I'll tell you what they're doing. Offensive line. They need to protect Will Levis. They got their quarterback last year.
So if they got their quarterback, what do you do with homie you drafted the year before last?
Malik Willis?
Yeah.
You leave him on the fucking roster and let him develop. You turn him into future trade bait.
They got
you just do. Like you don't cut him, but because you need a second quarterback. But I think Levis, of the two, Levis is the more polished quarterback. I'm not saying he's better. He's just more polished. Malik Willis is too raw. He's just he needs a much more of an offensive coach to develop his skill set. Will Levis at least throws the ball accurately. Will Levis is way too raw. I mean, I'm sorry, Malik Willis is way too raw. So you have your starting quarterback, draft an offensive line to protect this man now. And at some point, you need to explore drafting younger receivers in the later parts of this draft. And, because you got your running back, too. You got your Derrick Henry replacement. He ain't too bad. Sharp, I believe his last name is.
Yeah.
He ain't too bad. Yeah, but you do need to bring in a veteran running back, though. I wouldn't be mad to see somebody like Zeke go there as a good veteran locker room presence.
That wouldn't be a bad pick.
I still think Zeke is a serviceable running back. So that's just
I do too. But I think them having another veteran running back is a good move for them. Like that's just me.
Definitely.
What says you, Moo?
Well, I know I was being funny a few episodes back, saying that they're gonna do some dumb shit and take another quarterback.
You did say that. And if they do, they're fucking wild.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I still feel like they're gonna do some dumb shit to take another fucking quarterback. But nah, if I'm being real,
Bo Nix will be their quarterback next year.
I would fucking scream. Oh my god! Oh shit! With the 7th pick, Titans take Bo Nix. Oh shit! I would literally die at fucking laughter. I promise you. But I either taking either an O lineman, which I hope they should take, and or which I think is probably, if Joe Alt's off the board already, it's probably going to be Troy. I can't pronounce his last name, from Washington. The O-lineman from Washington.
Don't get me lying. That boy name got 26 syllables in it.
Man, I tried to, but I couldn't do it. Or one of the linemen from Oregon and Oregon State, because I know they're projected to go pretty solid high in the first round too. But I do see them taking the O lineman. I hope they don't do nothing stupid and take it.
Now I could also see Tennessee being active in the trade market.
Oh, that
because they're also. Listen, trading up to the number 7 spot in the draft ain't a bad spot to move up to if you're some of these teams needing a quarterback.
I could see the Raiders doing. I could see the Raiders jumping.
That is a realistic location for the Raiders, coming up from 13. That would be that's probably as high as I think they can get. I don't think they can get much higher than 7. I don't think the other teams will trade with them unless you offer it up multiple first.
Because if they really want,
but the Raiders need a lot too, though.
No, I just think quarterback and running back may be their real. No,
you need a little bit of O-line depth too.
They might even take, because we need a corner too. So
yeah,
they might take old Deshaun too.
Mm-hmm. They might fuck around and take him too. That's exactly what I was thinking, because we need depth in the corner room right now.
But I just know same thing Washington. They gave up all their goddamn quarterbacks, so they have to go get one.
Yep.
No, they still got O'Connell.
Look, that's the only quarterback on our roster right now, though.
The to-be fucking Derek Carr ain't gonna get it.
Talk about the to-be Carr with the porn stash, man. That man was just trying to live his life, man.
No, I think he'll be a dope backup. He's just not the guy.
Oh no, for sure. He's definitely the Gardner Minshew for this team,
which we actually have on the fucking roster.
We actually have on the roster.
I know. That's what's funny about that. Y'all got 2 Gardner Minshews now on the roster.
Exactly. That's why we need a fucking quarterback. This is why hopefully Penix, one of those, Penix or Daniels is there, and they can make the trade at 7 to get one of those guys.
I feel like Penix is gonna slip, and I think it's gonna be unnecessary. I really think he's gonna slip because of his injuries, and I hope that doesn't happen. But
like me and Mullet said, there's a guy waiting in the wings that we like a lot, in Jordan Travis, and we'll figure out how to do that.
I think that's ultimately what's helping or what's hurting a lot of these quarterbacks right now, right? Because you got Penix, who's coming off of a lot of injuries from Indiana. You got, like my boy Mel said, Jordan Travis coming off of a major injury from last year. Even Joe Milton, that's from Tennessee, he's in this draft as well. Strong arm, really accurate. He's coming off an injury from 2 years ago, torn ACL. So, like, it's a lot of these guys that had injuries or had serious injuries that are coming off of them. So, I think honestly that might benefit him in the long run. That's going to give him some time to really sit, really develop, learn the game, and come out on fire, kind of like how Jordan Love came out.
I can see it. Number 8, them AT aliens.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I ain't gonna even hold you. If I'm Atlanta, I'm in the receiver market like a motherfucker. I'm adding to this offense.
You think? You know who? If you say that, I would be ignorant, and I just have the biggest wide receiver core in the fucking world, and I draft Keon Coleman.
Oh God!
Shit. That would be good. And I wouldn't be opposed to Atlanta being in the T Higgins market too.
See?
I think Kirk Cousins would love a quarterback like a receiver like T Higgins along with Drake London and Kyle Pitts. I think that just if you do that, you're now telling everybody, look, offensively we're coming to get you. So now for the rest of this draft, I can go focus on defense, give me another edge rusher. I can go start playing these games. But if I go ahead and grab T Higgins and Drake London, what am I doing here? And then I'm just gonna let Kyle Pitts just eat up in the middle of the field.
Well, I just think the only thing that would hurt that whole situation is you ain't got nobody that can take the top off the defense.
That's okay.
Like you would have to eventually get a speed guy in the later round.
And that's okay. You can do that. That's where you find that guy in the 5th round. Like that's where you find those guys. That random guy that nobody was paying attention to. Like that's exactly where you find that guy from.
Looking at their current receivers, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Rondell Moore.
And they got Darnell.
Oh, I forgot they got Darnell Mooney and Rondell Moore. Shit.
So so Rondell Moore is your take the top off receiver.
Yeah.
With Kyle Pitts and John Robinson. That offense is fucking disgusting. Nah, I think Atlanta's gonna end up taking Sir DeJohn. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think they're gonna bring Atlanta and they're gonna put him opposite of AJ Terrell and they're gonna go crazy because they got Jesse Bates the third solid safety help. You can honestly go out if you don't like that other safety spot with Clark Phillips. You can go out. You can sign Justin Simmons. You can find another safety on the fucking free market. There's a shit ton of them. And both offense and your defense will be set. You got Kirk Cousins. You got a solid offense. You got your coach now. You got your defense. Hey, time to make it happen.
Are you trying to tell me that we could have a Dijon and a Bajan on the same roster?
Yes.
That's my plan. On paper, you couldn't tell who was black.
At all. You would have no.
You would go with Bijan because you be like, that's a black ass name right there, so you know he black.
But then you would hear Dijon and you be trying to figure out, do he got dreads? Like you be trying to figure out all this other shit.
So that's crazy. But I think that's eventually where he might land. That's a good That's actually a good deal for him. We got the Bears at 9. What do they do with their second pick?
I think you need to. I think they need to continue building. So I think you
Is
need
this where the
to.
offensive lineman goes?
Either go offensive lineman or you go get you another edge rusher on opposite side of Sweat.
True.
You can never have too many pass rushers. And if you're going to build around your young quarterback, if you got a defense that can turn the ball over and give it back to your young quarterback, we know what happens when a quarterback gets more and more reps. So I wouldn't be opposed to them going pass rusher here. And because if no one is taking it, the number one edge rusher is going to be available. Old buddy from Bama going to be sitting right there. So
this is true. And I don't think there's a edge rusher going in the top 10 picks.
Yeah, so realistically, if you're Chicago, you could do this because no one would expect you to do it.
Right.
Because at that point, you really don't need. You can wait till later to get another receiver, so don't waste a pick on that. Your offensive line is actually not bad. Your offensive line is about mid-pack of the league, so you could get you another offensive lineman probably in the second round. But you're not going to get an edge rusher like that anywhere else in the draft.
Yeah.
That's just yeah. Oh man, we lost her.
Yeah, so that's okay. I would definitely. I think they'll definitely go defense with that 9th pick. So they're gonna have to. I think because I don't think they go corner because Jalen Johnson said he's staying.
Yeah, and I think their corners are solid. Like their corners are solid. The problem is their defense was on the field too much last year, and it made them look like they were bad, and they're really not. They have really solid corners because if you look at that defense towards the end of the season started playing really well. Yep. Once Justin Fields was back and and he wasn't hurt as much, and I was like, all right, these guys can actually play. It's just the offense couldn't move a ball worth of shit at the beginning of the season, so they had no choice but to be on the field. But Mel, we've been around football for a long time. You and I have seen what happens when you let your defense rest just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Magic happens.
Yep. So I definitely think that they go edge rusher would be ideal for them, or either left tackle or edge rusher. That's what they're going to do.
I agree with those sentiments. If they don't go edge, they got to go left tackle. Because you would love for your young quarterback to grow with somebody that can protect his blind side. So that wouldn't be a bad move either.
Yep. And to round out the top 10, we got the New York Football Jets. I think this is where Brock Bowers. Now, is it Brock Bowers? Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I think this is where he goes.
So I agree with you unless the receiver market shakes out a certain way and one of those guys somehow is still on the fucking board.
I don't think they need no more wide receivers though.
I don't trust most of their receivers outside of fucking Garrett Wilson.
I mean, you bring in Mike Williams. You still got Alan Lazard.
But you and I know Mike Williams' injury history. Like we not going to pretend like that man. Like Now, granted, right now we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers' injury history too. But you also could realistically go offensive line here too.
They could, yeah. Well, anybody from left tackle to tight end is what they can take. They can take anybody, any of those.
So anybody on the line.
Yeah.
But realistically, yeah, I can see where this is where Brock Bowers goes. If Brock Bowers falls below, like goes past the Jets, he gonna end up with a team that's gonna use him day one, and it's gonna be bad for somebody.
Yeah, because if he slips past 10,
because the Vikings won't take him at 11, the Raiders aren't gonna take him at 13. Who we got?
The Saints. The Saints won't because they just got Everett.
Yeah. So.
Shit, the Jaguars. Nope. Jaguars got.
Nope. They got Evan Ingram.
They got Evan Ingram. Shit, he could end up with the Bengals.
And the Bengals are at 15?
18.
Who's at 15?
Colts. They're not taking them.
Why wouldn't they? They only got Mo Alley Cox.
And they got somebody else. I don't know who the other one is. I mean, it's not an elite tight end, but I just don't see them taking.
So, all right. So, Colts are at 15. Who's 16 and 17?
Seahawks and Jaguars.
I can see Seattle because they have Will Dissly. Will Dissly is their only tight end. And they got him in the trade with the Russell Wilson trade from last year.
I feel like Seattle would go defense.
Seattle was my sleeper team for Michael Penix.
You think they go quarterback?
So they're still my sleeper team for Michael Penix if somehow he slips because he fits. I don't think Penix goes past the Raiders. I don't think he does either, but the way people keep talking about him on draft boards.
Well, it depends on what quarterbacks go before the Raiders.
True, because we got to remember Bo Nix is still there, and somebody gonna fuck around and draft Bo Nix before Michael Penix, and I'm gonna laugh at him. And I like Bo Nix. I'm a fan of Bo Nix, but he's not better than Michael Penix. Like he's just not.
No.
But someone's gonna do it.
Yeah, and then Jaguars, Bengals. If he slips to the Rams.
No, the Rams got a younger tight end, don't they?
Not him though.
Yeah, but they don't have Brock Bowers though. And then he would get to hang out with his boy Stetson Bennett again.
Yeah, but you put that with Puka, Cooper Kupp, emerging Tutu Atwell with that offense, and because you got to think about it, they're gonna lean on the offense now that Aaron Donald's not there.
They have to because Aaron Donald. The absence of Aaron Donald is gonna hurt, but they'll get there. I think they'll rebound. Losing Aaron Donald hurts, but I don't think it's gonna destroy the team.
No. They'll just repurpose that into you focus on the edges now a little more.
Oh yeah. Well, and we got to remember too, like they have a young defense, so those guys were learning from Donald last year.
Right.
They have a lot of young guys, so they're gonna be fine. You're gonna be missing out on those. What do we call it? 10 to 15 sacks. Well, 10 sacks. He's about a 10, 11 sack.
Yeah, just the special plays. You're just not going to have the disruptor that Aaron Donald was.
All right, I'm back. What I miss?
All right. Where were we at? We were Jets. Who do you think the Jets take at number 10?
Oh, okay, bet. I didn't miss a lot. I think the Jets end up the Jets need to take O-line. That's what they need to focus on. I know a lot of mock drafts have them taking a receiver, but they need to focus on taking somebody from the O-line, especially if they want Aaron Rodgers to actually finish the season.
Yeah, that's what me and GQ said. Basically, anything from left tackle to tight end is what they need.
Yep. Doesn't matter. Take him. If they're over 6'5", 6'7", and they're over 200 pounds, take them.
And then so that'll be the top 10. We're not doing the whole first round. That's ridiculous. If you thought we was going to do the whole first round, you're crazy. Just the top 10.
Yeah, just the top 10. I do think the Bears are going to take another receiver in there with their second pick, though.
You think?
We said edge. We said edge because old buddy from Alabama. If he falls to them, that's not a bad spot for an edge rusher on top of him having him and Montez Sweat.
That's true. That's really true. Yep. I think that'll probably go over well as well because that defense is starting to look a lot better.
You put those two together, and you're talking about at least 18 sacks between those two.
Yeah.
And that'll go a long way towards the development of a young quarterback because there's going to be some takeaways in there somewhere.
Definitely, especially with Jalen Johnson coming back. So yeah, no, I like that too.
Yeah. And then what do y'all? This was interesting. I saw it on the news. ESPN, they were talking about it. Position specific helmets.
I was reading this article. This shit was weird.
I thought that was interesting too. Like, I was like, what do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. So remember, there was a point in time where we had certain face masks for certain positions.
True.
So this is kind of like the full-on evolution of, because you knew as a receiver you wasn't wearing a full cage, like
True.
you knew that, but but some running backs started doing it, and they're like, oh, okay, well I guess we just doing what the fuck we want. But the only way I can think of position-specific helmets being beneficial is like, okay, then running backs and quarterbacks need some of the most padding because they're getting hit the most. You need receivers got to have the most visibility from their helmet because of what's going on around them. Your linebackers got to have the same type of helmet as your middle linebacker size, have the same kind of helmet as your quarterback for the communication system. So it's like, but I don't know. It's a weird concept.
Yeah, I think it's weird as fuck because I'm like, just put the padding in the goddamn helmet to protect everybody's head. Like if that's the goal of all of this.
Yeah, just come out with a universal style.
Right.
Honestly.
Except for the quarterback and the middle linebacker, because you got to account for the communication system.
Right. And if you want, if there's a player that requires, a little more protection, then it's cool. Then you can get, an upgraded helmet or whatever, but just have a standard that's cool for everyone. And if you want a little more, then you can have the extra helmet, like that shit that Joey Bosa be wearing that look like a goddamn look like a zoo off the front.
Because we all being former football players, some still semi-pro football players, we all remember going to the equipment room. Hey, I need to take a little bit of air out the pad over here. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucking with me a little bit. Like we remember these days.
Yeah.
Like everybody's head is, first of all, everybody got a different shaped fucking head. Let's not pretend like everybody's head look the same. But like me, like, look, I need padding, but I care more about the airflow. Like I need my helmet to have the right slits for the airflow to keep the sweat out. Like that's what I'm really looking for.
Right. And everybody has a different preference. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like my helmet tight. Like I wanted it to fit the way that my hats fit. If that makes any sense to anybody who doesn't play football, it's like as soon as mine went over my head, I didn't like wiggle room. I didn't like look. I would put it on, I'd pump it up, and once I felt like it was good for me, boom, I never touched it again.
I like my helmet snug but not tight.
Yep, because it's weird. Like and some people can take. I just felt like I could take impact more than other players. So if I took a hit to the head or if my head hit the ground, it didn't affect me like that. Other people, they hit their head hit the goddamn ground, full blown concussion, get his ass off the field.
Yeah,
all that shit.
Yeah, like me, I just whenever because when you fast, you fast. When I take off sprinting and I start cutting, I don't want my shit moving.
Yeah,
so I need that nice snug fit around this area right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm cool. That's it. I'm good. Just let it fit snug around here. I'm good. Don't give me no extra shit. Maybe I want a visor if it's hot out, if the sun is bright, like right now on my camera right now. But that's about it.
Oh, I always had a visor because my dumb ass when I was playing fucking corner hit this damn running back. Shout out to Gennaro. I'm gonna post this video because of your goofy ass. I hit him. His shoulder pad blade went through my face mask and hit me in the eye. And I had a black eye for 2 weeks. And everybody thought I got into a fight. Like, no, I didn't get into a fight. He had big ass shoulder pads and it went in my eye.
I wear visors because 1, I'm blind. 2, I wear contacts, so I can't get all that turf and grass and shit in my goddamn eyes. That should be annoying.
Yeah, I hate to be
wear the goggles like Eric Dickinson.
Them fucking pebbles and shit.
Well, I had a pair.
My shit, like.
For sure, they had a pair of goggles. Don't. You feel me? I actually prefer wearing the goggles over my contacts. Just throw them on down. I'm ready to go.
So, that's the show for today. My brother came to visit us, chill with us for the day. Still mad he's not here permanently, but I get it. I still got to call you and talk about this bullshit. I just want you to know that.
But I did tell you when it got closer to the draft, y'all was gonna see my face, and we getting closer to this draft.
Yeah.
So and I've been seeing all these mock drafts. I look, let me do my little research because I already know y'all gonna talk about it. And it just so happened to be on the day when I had a long ass road trip back to the house. I was like, I'm crashing the show today.
And we love it.
Yeah, we love that shit. Like this The show missed you, so we glad you came on through. We needed that GQ sauce. We needed that.
We needed that. That we was missing for a little too long, man. You feel me? Don't let us go without for too long again, man. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry, I'll be back to make sure I give you the refill and the fix. You know what I'm saying? Like the songs be putting out there.
Matter of fact, since you here, can I preview what's happening tomorrow night?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Like I said, we talked about it a little bit last night, and this is what's happening tomorrow night. This is the preview of me and Moolich Unplugged.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be like the X-rated version of Gentleman's Talk.
You must not watch a lot of Gentleman's Talk because we are kind of outlandish on that.
See, only say that because you got the gentleman in front of it, so it's very, very astute. It's very buttoned up.
Well, listen, that last episode we showed talking about somebody fucking their brother.
I was
When you,
I know,
you
I was,
you know.
I was in the comments. That was,
But,
hey, let's just say on Gentleman's Talk, we try to keep a gentleman, but it doesn't really stay that
right.
way.
Right, it goes sideways.
Nah,
I know. But
don't worry. So I'm gonna tell you. I am gonna tell you now, though, Mel. We need you for the next round of 32. I can't tell the people what it's about yet because I don't want to spoil it. We'll talk about it off air. But my brother Outlaw Prime is putting together something that's gonna hit all your nostalgia buttons, and you got to be on the show for that.
Matter of fact, I will make sure I will make it work because I'll figure it out because I work Wednesdays, but I'll figure it out. I'll make it work.
It's music related, but not the music you might be thinking about.
Oh, if it's music related, I'm in. I'm trying. Okay, I'm there.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real.
Yeah, it's gonna get real outlandish, real funny. We're gonna close out the round of 32 next week with the Elite Eight and the Final Four.
Okay. Bet. I'll adjust my schedule because I've been trying to get on Gentleman's Talk for a minute, so I'm gonna make my adjustments so I can be there. So with all of that being said, we know what to do. Like, subscribe, follow all the shows from Basket to Basket, Gentleman's Talk, Player versus Team. You already know about us over here at Inside the Huddle. And tomorrow, let's get unplugged. We'll unplug you from the Matrix tomorrow night.
Just a little bit.
We're gonna talk our shit tomorrow. We're gonna have some.
Listen, y'all gonna catch Mr. GQ on a couple of unplugged because that's my kind of party. So I ain't saying it's gonna happen tomorrow, but I'll be popping in a couple of times on those. I got some shit to say.
Because I feel like I want to take the conversations we have off camera and bring it on camera.
Yeah, no, that's what we want. We want that
because our conversations be crazy, and y'all need to be in on these.
Yeah, you feel me? I think that's what the world wants to see, right? Like a lot of people want to see the drama, they want to see the crazy conversations, they want to see people, get unplugged a little bit and kind of divvy away from the PC conversation and kind of get real and hear people's real thoughts. So that's what me and Mel kind of bring to y'all.
I see what you did with that PC comment.
A little bit. You know how we do.
I had to pull from my King Peddington deck real quick.
Unfortunately, we are not Jermaine, and I refuse to call him J. Cole. We do not apologize for our shit.
Hey, Moolies, how many times I dropped that shit on Wednesday?
Hey, I love it. I love it. We got J. Cole bars, J. Cole references coming all day, every
tomorrow,
day.
We are going in on his punk ass tomorrow. So tune in. Let's go. Hey. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to end it. GQ, you get home safe. Moolage, you already know. It's been another day, another Friday. We see you next week.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn